Born in the pines where the axes sing loud. Generations deep, we're a proud, tough crowd. Hands on the Bible, the timber, the steel. Faith in the Lord, the life that we feel. God, guns, and sawdust, it's in our veins. Through the sweat and the toil, through the joy and the pain. We stand on the roots of the trees we felled. Faith in the maker, stories to tell.
Hey, we are one episode away from being in double digits, boys. This
We
is
are.
episode number 9.
And we're live for the second time in one night.
That's right.
Yep.
So for this next hour, people can ask us whatever they want to ask us. They can let us know whatever they think they need to know from us. Or we can just talk, and we'll let them know what we know or don't know.
This is number 10.
This is number 10.
Oh, this is
Well, it
number
says number 9 on mine out here on the screen. Which one is it?
It's number 10.
All right, we're number 10 now. We are officially double digits, boys.
Dome, dome, dome.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Old guy Firewood, how you doing, Dick? So he's from North Carolina, too.
Cool.
So he's got a YouTube channel. He's in his 70s like my granddad is and still has a firewood and a landscape business. So that's pretty cool.
That's neat.
But we had Aaron on here just a minute ago. He went back to the concert and dinner that they're hosting for the Wood for Warriors stuff.
Which is really good food.
Daniel wants to know if we all got well fed, Alan. Did we get
my
enough food?
word. We're in the South, man. What do you think?
But what was that thing that you were really excited about?
Oh yeah, he got really twisted up about this.
It was a dessert that
It
you were
came in a
just
big
waiting
silver
for.
tray. A nice lady brought it.
Gina, my sweet lady, Gina and Ed. They just got married here a while back. Congratulations on your marriage. You two, you guys deserve each other, and we love you very much. And let me tell you something, guys. Gina makes the best Mississippi mud cake. Oh, my word. As Mr. Phil Robertson would have said back in the day, it makes me happy, happy, happy.
I know when he saw the pan, he went running over to it. We had to make a video with him scooping the first little bit out.
Oh, my goodness. They don't call it Mississippi mud cake for nothing. Wow.
So Ed Mysick wants to know how he can follow our channel. Well, it's pretty easy. If you go to God, Guns, and Sawdust, you can click the follow button at the top of the page, and anytime that we put anything on there, you'll get a notification, and you'll see what it is. So
it's awesome.
Welcome for the ride, and sorry if it's not what you expected, but we're going to have fun either way. So
It'll be real, and it'll be fun.
But nobody said it's going to be real fun.
I had a very good time helping, so looky here.
That's Yadkin Valley, so
Hey.
that's Jason.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
His wife is the one that broke her finger on the wood splitter, and we drilled her finger.
My
She's
word.
a tough
That's
lady.
a tough lady.
She is one
She
tough
broke
girl.
it first thing yesterday morning.
And worked all day with that
literally
nail throbbing.
nonstop all day.
My hat, it goes off to you.
Yeah, no.
This
I
is the
told her,
thing, though.
it's
Here's the
crazy.
thing. We got to stop real quick right now and do what we always do best.
So Toby wants to know how the response was from the lady at the store this morning when I told her to bless her heart. She said it can mean two things, darling. She said, I'm just going to pretend that it was the nice one. I was like, okay, that works for me. So, but I don't talk like I'm from here, so.
We have to do a prayer. That's what I was getting at.
Oh, Sean got us.
No, I was getting there, but you just,
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so,
yeah.
hey, at this time, we're going to remove our hats. We're going to ask Ryan to lead our minds in prayer. So here we go.
Dear Lord, we come before you tonight. We thank you for the success of this weekend. We thank you for the safe travels that you allowed the folks to have coming to us. We thank you for the amazing outpour of generosity from folks coming in at their expense that came from all over the eastern side of the country. We thank you for the folks that donated the wood to make this happen. Thank you for Aaron and Amber and his family and what they have done. And we just thank you for the veterans that this served, for the sacrifices that they made for us. When they signed up, they signed their life with a check with an open account on there. And freedom's not free, and we realize that, and we thank you for that. And we just thank you for an overall safe weekend and a successful weekend. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Oh, Ryan's going down. Watch out.
I got to loosen these boots.
All four. See if you have a pair of
Boots
boots.
are coming off. If that doesn't smell real good, I'm probably going to slide him
Oh,
to the
come
other
on,
end of
bro.
the table.
won't
Come on.
smell it
Keep them
over
on.
you.
Keep them
Oh,
on.
man.
I'm gonna pass them down your way.
Here we go. Here we
Easy.
go.
Armpits
Jason,
down, Russ.
we are-
Armpits down. Armpits down.
I
Bro.
took a shower before I came here,
You
man.
should have took 2, bro. 2.
Oh, man.
But
This
You
is
should have bought you.
terrible.
I'm gonna buy you a bar of soap for
Yeah, I was
Christmas.
gonna say you needed the soap.
Hey, let me tell y'all guys something. There's this place in Reelsville. I'm gonna get I'm gonna get the stuff about it. But my dad has the same blood as me, of course, and he's like, "Hey, I bet you got ate up this year, didn't you?" I said, "Dad, I got bit by ticks over at least 10 times." He goes, "They don't bother me anymore." I started laughing. I said, "Oh yeah, why is that?" He goes, "Camp soap. You ever heard of camp soap?" I was like, "No, if I did, I would not be getting bit by ticks."
Right.
So it's a little place out of Reelsville, Indiana. I'm gonna get the information about it. A lot of people ask me all the time on my videos, "You're always in the woods. How in the world do you avoid ticks?" And let me tell you something. This camp soap, horsefly never landed on me this year. Look, they see me, and especially my bald head, they think, "Hey, dinner plate." You know what I'm saying? 5 of them on me at a time. But camp soap works, and I'm going to share it with you guys.
Well,
really
I want to know
soon.
about it, too, because we get a lot of ticks up in Maine, and I hate those things.
I'm telling you guys, this stuff works.
All right.
And
I'm
it's-
looking forward to it.
The scent is amazing. Also,
What's it smell like?
oh, it's almost like it's woodsy kind of smell.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Manly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Some of my farming buddies, they sit there and they'll take those fly tags for cattle.
Oh, I thought you were going to say cow pies from the pasture.
No, we save those for you. No, they take cow tags, the insecticide tags, and they'll clip them onto their boots.
Yep. So they've got those tick
That is
gators that you
awesome.
can get too that are sprayed with stuff. So yeah,
My grandfather was in World War One. Thank you guys for all you do. Thank your grandpa for what
Yeah.
he did for us.
absolutely. It's the least that we can
Yeah.
do. Absolutely.
We
the least
can
that
all
do.
worship our God without fear, and that's amazing because of what they did.
You know, you stop and think about that. He's talking about World War One. You realize that was just a little. I mean, that would be what 107 years ago that concluded.
Yep.
That's not that long when you
Not
think
really.
about it.
No, we've only been a nation for what 250.
250 years.
There you go.
Man,
That's
people are
not long.
still trying to get me to get a Husqvarna saw.
No, you'll tear them up because you don't know how to run them.
They can't handle me.
No.
I ran some steels this
No.
weekend though. They
My-
held up okay.
Well,
I don't know
I'm
if
not
that's
gonna say
saying
anything.
anything. I
I'm
know
not.
that's what I'm saying. Too.
I'll let y'all
I'm gonna
know
be
if I
nice.
have problems out of my saws later. We'll blame it on Russ.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple. Maybe a couple.
let me see here.
I didn't run it in the dirt though. I
Nope.
kept Caden off it.
Oh, that's
see what
true.
I
So we've been here. It was amazing to see the people that were here. It was amazing to see how everything came together. It was a chore to get here for all of us. I don't think anybody had an easy trip to get here this week. Whoever was going to pick me up from the airport didn't pick me up. I got to the airport and I got a text message that says, "Hi, this is Amber. I'm going to be your chauffeur tonight." Well, my wife's name is Amber, and I'm like, "What in the world?"
And
What is
I
she
was
doing
supposed
here?
to pick him up from
And
the
I'm like,
airport.
Huh. I was like, all right. And she's like, so I'll be in a white SUV. And I'm like, what is going on? I look at the area code and I'm like, it's not my wife. I was like, what is going on? It was Aaron's wife. And she picked me up. She dropped me off and got me where I needed to go. But for a minute there, I was thinking that I might have stepped into some sort of weird time warp or something, or somebody was pulling a trick on me. And
That's funny.
and we got here, machines broke down, stuff stopped working, but all in all, through it all, we made it work, and we got a pile done for these guys. And what did Aaron say? 50 out of his 80 some odd people that they take care of.
I think it was 50 out of 86.
So, I mean, that's like 2/3 of their first round orders we got done in the last 2 days.
Yep.
That's
And the thing
fantastic.
is, they still have wood. Tomorrow we'll go around and measure, but they still have wood stacked up, bulked up, ready to go.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, Sean, do
absolutely.
we have the Facebook up there too?
I'm willing to bet you when we go look in
There we
the tally
go.
up what's in the
There we go.
barns and out there in that bulk pile. I bet you
Oh,
I bet you it's close to what? It's got to be at least another 20 cords.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would
easy.
think so. Yeah,
We're
easy.
going to figure it all up tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll
I
know
mean,
exactly.
I mean, that one guy with the brute force machine, he did not
Oh, my
stop
word.
processing wood all
That
weekend.
guy
All
himself was a machine. I mean, he was right there in the sun. That poor guy had no shade.
No, and I
None.
asked him, I said, hey, man, you want one of them things to go up over? No, I don't need one.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
No.
He did not.
And you're right. He did not
He
leave.
never even stopped as I was raking underneath his machine. He
No,
just
kept
kept
running.
right on going. I love people like that. He just like nonstop. We need more Americans like that, man. It was
Yep.
amazing.
So-
everybody here was nonstop. I mean, come on.
It was him. It was the guy with the screw splitter and the little cat skid steer, and the 14-year-old kid that was running saw with the guy that he came with,
And the lady with the broken
and
finger.
the lady with
with-
the broken finger. They
So
get
many
the-
ladies that were stacking in the shed
Yep.
that never went nowhere, that
Yep.
stayed in the shed. I know one thing, Jason's wife, by the way, Jason and his wife, they Compton, right? If I say that right.
Yep.
Yep.
And him and his wife celebrated
They're
one-
here on their anniversary.
So that's dedication to our veterans right
Yeah.
there. I love Jason. I've known him whenever we came up the first time to Swananoa. I came with Jason first time I met him. Become really good friends. Very blessed to know him. Him and his wife both. Their kids came this time. Their daughter did and helped out also. So yeah, we really do appreciate them too. I mean,
Yeah,
plus
so-
coming on your anniversary.
I mean, what a great group, what a great cause, what a great weekend. The weather was
I'm
perfect.
never going to forget this.
They fed us so well, but the thing is Wood for Warriors is expanding now. I mean, there's talk of this going a whole lot further than North Carolina,
Indiana,
And
South Carolina,
we're gonna be-
Maine, Virginia.
We're going to be talking. There's a guy in Kentucky, the guy that was here with the young man that was 14. He said, "Hey, can I do something like this in
Yep.
Kentucky? How do I do this?" And I mean, the whole thing is that we want to keep the integrity of the program. That's the whole thing. We need to keep the point and the
Quality
purpose for what we're
people.
doing. Right, exactly. And, you know, Aaron and Amber, they're going to vet this process out, and they'll end up being a board of directors where this goes to different places because it's a nonprofit. And I have no doubt that this will be guided in such a way that this is just going to become a household name when it doesn't matter what state you're in. When you say Wood for Warriors, they're going to know, hey, that's the crew that takes care of the people in my state.
Yep.
But then when they figure out there's Wood for Warriors in the next state over and the next state over and the next, they're going to be like, holy cow.
Yep.
It's going to grow. I think that this is going to grow really, really fast. So it's going to be really fun. So
I think it is too. I think it's going to be a blast. I can't wait.
So what's our next event that we got coming up after this? Where are we going next? So
Well-
I know I'm going to Hope. You're not going to Hope
I
because
cannot go to Hope
you got
because
a daughter getting
I
married.
got a daughter getting married. Our IT guy, Sean, he's behind the scenes here. He's doing everything here with all the comments and everything. We could not do this without Sean. Sean put the podcast together. Everything you see of this podcast, this is Sean, except for the table. I mean, everything this podcast. So Sean's son is marrying my daughter. We,
Congratulations.
yes, we
Congratulations.
we met at church services. We all go to church. Our families have known each other for over 25 years. I am very blessed to have Shaden in our life. I know I speak for my wife too.
She's nodding her head, so she's agreeing this time.
Yes, she's.
she doesn't always nod yes, though.
I'm telling you what, it's just a really blessing when your kids grow up and they meet the love of their life, and you both have the same bond as far as religion, and you know where you both come from. That's where I'm very blessed with all three of my beautiful daughters. They married real strong men who care about working, providing for their family, but most importantly, they put God first. And when you find that, and you find that bond with somebody, like my wife and I, like my mom and dad were married for 50 years, and they grew up the same way, with morals, values, standards.
That's rare today.
My mom and dad were very special. I've never shared this with anybody, but I mean, they knew each other since they were 9 and 10 years old.
That's awesome.
My grandpa Collier converted my grandpa Dickerson, and they both become members of the church. And my mom and dad grew up together, got married. My grandpa Collier had 4 boys, 2 of which married 2 daughters of my grandpa's. So my grandpa had 4 daughters, Dickerson, and my grandpa Collier had 4 sons. 2 of them married sisters. So yeah, it was really cool. So yeah, my mom and dad were married for 50 years. My grandma and grandpa was married over 40 years on the Dickerson side. My My dad's side, they were married for 43. My wife's mom and dad just celebrated their 53rd. Yep, are getting ready to celebrate their 53rd. So, yeah, it's really, really amazing. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
So, you're going to go to a wedding.
We're going to go to a wedding.
I'm going to get to split some more firewood. We're going to Hope in Stewarttown, Pennsylvania.
Next year, we'll be in Hope, too. So hopefully.
For those of you that want to know more about that, Hope is in Stewarttown, Pennsylvania. It's going to be September 12th. We're going to try to do 130 cord of firewood in one day.
That's going to be amazing.
One day.
Now, if everything works out, I might be able to go. I'm not going to promise you guys that I can, but it is my daughter. They get married.
I know you're sneaky. You weren't coming here at first, and then here you are. So I'm not counting it out.
These events are amazing. I love being a part of them, and that's the thing. She don't get married until the 20th, which is the next weekend after. So we're going to have to see what's going on. You guys have to understand one thing, man. I'm putting up 2 weddings in 1 year. My daughter, Caitlin, just got married in January, all right, to an awesome guy named Dylan. And now my other daughter gets married in September. You want to talk about one broke logger? Hey, that'd be me.
Yeah, I don't think it's the girls that broke you. I've seen Green Bean eat.
Put that on top of it. Where would you be? That's
Broke.
right. Working.
Be looking for a second job.
Why do you think I don't want Green Bean at the farm? He'll eat all my cows.
Right. We don't even have cows. He's over at the neighbors eating the pasture.
He'll just rip off a hindquarter and just gnaw on it like a drumstick.
So we got 2 weeks from now to get to Hope, and then after Hope is Paul Bunyan. So it's 2 weeks after Hope is Paul Bunyan again. I think it's actually 3 after Hope is Paul Bunyan.
Yep. Our next live will be Paul Bunyan, because this right here is good for September. Our October live will be Boys in the Woods. A good friend of mine, Matt. I know you guys have known him on here. If you don't, you got to go follow him. Him and Holly are awesome. They go live every Wednesday night. Holly is also, she's battled cancer. She's a very strong lady. I have a lot of respect for her. I have a lot of respect for Adam. We've talked together on the phone. It is amazing how we cut a lot alike. It's just amazing how we grew up with the same style. There's not very many people that have the style as Matt and I do. And a lot of people ask where it come from. I'd like to collaborate, just talk about that for a second. A lot of these old school cuts, a lot of people don't see me using a lot of wedges, right? Well, there was a time where there was before wedges, and that is with physics and stuff. So a lot of the times as the years would go on, they would pass it to the next generation, but when it would get to the third, a lot of the times that generation didn't want to do the logging, so they would quit. So it never got passed down to the generation in their family. Do you get what I'm saying? Very few, it went 5. And I know for a fact Matt would have been one of them 5. I'm not kidding you. He's one, because I've never seen anybody cut except for one other guy, Eli Roop. I mean, he's a really awesome guy, man, and he grew up with the same guy that my grandpa also worked with. You see, Martin's out of Ohio. They all cut the same. And it's weird because it's that generation. I know it's different to people. It's not cutting firewood. It's not arborist. It's logging, old school. And it really never made it down. But that's why a lot of people are like, how in the world are you doing that with no wedges? It's a different style of art that's very hard to, you have to see it to believe it. And I try to make it on my videos to where you can see it.
Yep.
I don't like using wedges because I can use wedges. I'm not saying I can't, but you'll train if you know the wood and the lean and the back lean and how to make it do the 360 by cutting a little bit here or cutting a little bit there. A lot of people are like, why you're standing in front of your notch? That's the most scariest spot to be. Yeah, if you don't know what's holding. I know my tree only by the study and entertainment of the giants. It's just a different style. That's all.
And that's kind of what's fun about everything is if you look at the way that we cut on the East Coast versus the way you guys cut in the central part of the States
totally
versus
different.
West Coast, it's different styles everywhere. I would, on my bucket list is go out to the West Coast and fall on the West Coast at some point.
I know a few guys.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something that ever since I've been a kid, you see all these TV documentaries about West Coast logging and all that. And it's just the trees are so much bigger. It's just different.
They're a lot taller.
Yep.
I know when my wife and I moved back from Idaho, I came back and we're in the truck and we're coming back into the mountains and we're like, hey, look at those cute little trees. They're just not as tall.
Yeah, and I mean, even the trees that you guys have in this area and in Indiana are so much bigger than what we have up in Maine. I mean,
these right here are small compared to the white oak and poplar in Indiana. That's for sure.
The big trees that we have in Maine are usually white pine. We don't get really big hardwood up where we are because
too far north.
Well, it's not so much too far north as it is. That's what the paper mills wanted for forever was the hardwood.
Okay.
We don't have pine.
They were grabbing all the hardwood they could, and it went to the mill. So there is no real old growth hardwood left over unless you're in like a national or a state park.
Yep.
So
that's the way it is in Maine. They swiped it. It's gone.
Yeah.
Waboo floated down the river.
Yep.
See you later, guys. Go by.
Yeah.
You know, you go in parts of Idaho where I was logging in St. Mary's. You go up to Joe and whatnot. You can still find parts of the spikes. You'll find steel spikes occasionally, about this long, hand forged, and those were from the old log flume days. You know, and there's a lot of logging out there.
Yep. Yeah, and Toby just said it. So Toby Thornton, his dad actually owned a company called Freightliner of Maine. So they had the Freightliner dealers in the state of Maine for a while, and I grew up with Toby's younger brother, Lee, and Toby was a few years older than I am, but he's very right. Northern Maine, so when you go to what we call the Northwoods versus Southern Maine, it's a completely different type of forest, completely different atmosphere. So it's just, it changes geographically wherever you are. It doesn't really matter. From state to state, area to area, the forest changes, and the way that those people work in those forests, depending on the changes, is different.
Okay. This is where a lot of people get confused. Whenever you go to Kentucky and you go to a logging site, okay, and you're there, no more than you step on that logging site, government knows you're there. Boom. They're going to be at your site. Hey, who's the master logger on your site? What's going on here? Are you opening up the roads? Are you putting everything back? Are you doing this? That chick's going to go through there, dude, and she's going to look at everything you've done and make sure you put everything back correct. If you don't, you're getting a fine or you're not moving to the next job.
Virginia's the same way.
Indiana's not like that. Let me tell you something. This is crazy, and people are going to be like, no way. The people there that log, they have respect for our land, and they don't have to do that. A lot of the men that I know in Indiana, when they go in and pick a property or pick a harvest, they have respect for that harvest. We don't have to have that, you know, and a lot of them are subcontractors. A lot of them are big. I mean, there's big contractors out there, but the people that go to the woods every day have respect for our land.
Yep.
You get in Virginia, you have to, you have 3 days from the start of the timber harvest to notify VDOF that you're cutting.
Yep.
With you give your logger ID number and whatnot, and then they give you a harvest registration number.
Yep.
And they come out and they'll inspect through different stages of it.
We have the same thing in Maine. So we have Maine forestry notifications, and you're supposed to file your notification before you start harvesting. They'll give you a timber harvest number. That's the number that gets attached with all the loads that go to the mill. It's how they keep track of everything. And it's, I'd like to say that it's all for good purpose, but a lot of it's more to see where everything's going so that everybody
that way
makes
they
sure
can tax you and make sure you get you for this and
Pretty
that
much.
and get in your business and everything else. You know how that government is.
So there's a question up there for you, Alan, on the bottom, if you see that there.
Do you use the horses for logging? My dad, okay, y'all, a lot of people don't know this about me, but my dad and my uncles, actually my grandpa and my great uncle Dewey, they were some horsemen, let me tell you. They introduced Duke horses to horse pulling back in the 70s and 60s. My great uncle Dewey was one of the best. He had a horse named Prince. It went up in 1943, if I'm not mistaken. My son looked it up, Green Bean, and he won with the horse named Prince. He was solid white. Everybody talked about him for years and still do. And then my grandpa, oh man, he's yeah. I was 12 years old. I get a little emotional about it. But I was 12 years old and I went to work with my grandpa and my dad. And I got to watch him pull horses. I got to sit on it, you know what I mean? Sit on the Ford cart that he had. I got to experience it. But they ended up winning the World's Pull. My great uncle Dewey did up in Michigan. Then my grandfather, he had a team called John and Fred that everybody talked about. He'd smooch them. That's how they took off. Never hit the sled. A lot of horse pulls you go to, them horses act like they're crazy and slam the sled. These horses tippy-toed. They did everything my grandpa told to do because he worked them every day like clockwork. That's what he did every day.
And those horses wanted to work.
That's what they're bred for. You know, everybody's like, "Oh, you're so awful with horses." People are horse. This is what God put them on the earth for, whether you like it or not.
And they enjoy the work.
They love it. This is what they're bred for.
Yep.
It's almost like, you know, people are like, "Why are you? Well, how come you're not hard on green bean? Why aren't you doing this to green bean?" Well, guess what, man? It's almost like a pulling horse. What it is, when you hook a horse to a sled and you're practicing them and you're getting them ready, and the full pull is 26 and a half inches, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. I might be wrong, but a full pull. So let's say you take the horses out there and you hitch them up and you say, "Here." They take off to get to 25 and they stop. They didn't hear the whistle. No matter what, you have to show that horse that he can pull it. You can't beat him and make him do it. You got to show them. You can't break their wind, because when you break their spirit, they're done. But my grandfather ended up going to the World's Pull. He was very hard hearing. My dad said he got up there, and they get up there to get started. It's on the last pull, and he goes almost to it. Of course, the crowd was going nuts, and my grandpa hollered, "Whoa." And they said, "Dad, why'd you stop them?" "Well, didn't you hear it? They blowed the whistle." "No, they didn't. These horses were walking with it." "No, they didn't." Dad said that was the quietest ride home that they ever had. Well, they were bound and determined next year they were going to go up there and win it. And unfortunately, the Fred horse ended up breaking his leg earlier that year, and they never got to finish it. But my great uncle Dewey did win the pull, the World's Pull in 1943.
So you've been around plenty of pulling hay burners in your time.
My dad still logs with them off and on. He has not got rid of his team. I know you've also probably seen some videos of my dad's horses, and we're hoping next year that he can get them out and get them back to doing things. We're going to have, I know Green Bean, he's really interested in it too, and he's wanting to. Yeah, there's my dad right there.
Look at that, huh? Yeah, so I mean, and when you see a guy that works with a team of horses, we go to the state fairs and we do all the pulling and stuff. When you see these guys that work with the horses know and they understand the handler that's handling the horses, and they know what it is that their job is, and they're a team. There's not one part of that team that works any harder than any of the rest of it. And, you know, it all conveys back to what it is that we're doing here, even with the Wood for Warriors. Everybody's part of a team. We know what the main goal is.
Yep. Now, my dad right there in that picture, my niece, Victoria, her and dad's got a bond, man. It's incredible. She loves them horses as much as my dad does. And
I don't know what it is about girls and horses.
Oh, man, dude. She's one of the best.
My wife's a horsewoman.
And
she's one of the best hookers. You know, she hooks the hitch and
a lot of
guides
guys have
them in.
lost fingers and stuff hooking
Man,
those
that's
horses.
what my job was, and I love hooking horses, man. That's what it's all about.
You know a little bit about that, don't you?
Yeah.
You might
Not
lose
from
your
a
pinky.
horse, though. Not
Right.
anymore.
Right. But I'm telling you, it's really cool. The horse pulling part of it, I grew up with it. It's one of the blessings that me and Dad's always done together.
Yep. That was one of the things when my dad's father was still alive. If we went to the fairs and stuff like that, let's go watch a horse's pull.
Oh, yeah. That's
And
cool.
he didn't care about any of the rest of it. Let's go watch a horse's pull.
True
and it was like,
horsepower.
all right, let's go, Papa. And we go watch a horse's pull. And, you know, it was always, that was something that he did and that he wanted to see. And,
Well, see, my dad, we had a 72 Cheyenne Chevy. I drove it to high school and back, and Ryan Clark's got the truck now, totally redid it. Beautiful truck. But we took it went pulling with it.
Yep.
We took it to do some pulls. And you know, at the end of the time, we did it for 1 year, and that was it. And he goes, "Alan, man," he goes, "you know what stinks about pulling trucks?" I said, "What?" He goes, "I can walk over and look at Jake's, look underneath his hood and see what he's got, and I can go home and build what he's got." He goes, "But horses, you can't raise them the same way, boy. Nope. That's why we're going to go buy a team of horses. We're just going to pull horses." And he's always loved it. He tried the other one, but it just wasn't him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he's really got a good team, and I'm excited to see what next year brings with these horses. I know Barney's weighing in around 32, which is massive, and Clyde, which is Barney and Clyde. And Clyde's about 28, 2,900 pounds. So
And the difference in weight, the horses know which one's pulling harder, and they make up for each other.
Dad was telling me, as long as you keep Clyde out front, then he'll pull. But if he gets, behind Barney, so Dad normally puts one of them each in a hole, which Barney's so big, he can take the weight on himself.
Yep.
I mean, these are this is what they love, man. And that's what's awesome. I mean,
some of my favorite pictures of logging were the old black and white pictures where they're horse logging in the wintertime, and you see the horse stopped and the steam's just rolling off of them. Everybody's like, oh, that poor horse. That horse is loving every minute of it.
Yep.
That's what they're made for.
I can't wait to have...
People have to remember that large animals have a comfort threshold with temperature 20 degrees below ours.
Sure.
For cattle and horses. When we're comfortable at 70, they're hot.
Yep.
And the thing is, as long as they're well fed and they have the diet that they need to have, the temperature doesn't bother them.
And when you see snow on them,
that means
they're not
healthy.
cold.
No.
Common sense. Come on, folks. Use your brain. If that snow is sitting on that fur coat, it's not melting. Why is it not melting? Because it's insulated.
Right.
That animal's still warm.
But if you look out there and you have a snowstorm and you see a couple of cows that don't have snow on them or something like that, there's something wrong with that cow, and you need to go figure out what's going on.
That's right.
The animals will tell you what's wrong just by looking at them, and any farmer that's been around animals long enough will know just by looking out which animals he's got to go check and what's going on.
Sure. Yep.
Isn't that right, farmer?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. We had a heifer this year, the first calf heifer calved early, and it never fails. I always wait till a stinking snowstorm. And I've had calves in the house a lot over the years. I've never had one in the bathtub until this year. She pushed it out the bathtub. My wife and kids went out and got the calf, a little heifer calf, cute little Hereford heifer calf. They got this thing in, and they bring it in, and
the bathtub.
The bathtub, and I guess we have a jacuzzi tub.
Hey,
you want to guess what tub the calf went in?
I got an idea.
Jacuzzi tub?
Yeah, the jacuzzi tub. No. And they've got this calf. This calf's got to be the most pampered thing. They get the calf out and they towel it off and everything else, and they blow dry this thing. The kids are really getting into this, and I'm just sitting there shaking my head, going, "Oh my Lord!"
They're amazing.
Amber, but the reason they had to give it the bath was it was so coated in mud. Yeah. That it wouldn't dry out.
It froze.
Yeah.
My wife, my wife Beth. Now you want to talk about winning someone over? Drive by where little baby calves are by the fence, and she'll stop and turn into a little. Oh, look at you! Come here! Huh? Aren't you just cute?
Yeah, Carrie does that.
Oh, it's the best.
Yep.
So would she put her in her jacuzzi tub? You better believe it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This calf stayed in the house the next 2 nights.
Oh yeah.
And the kids slept downstairs. This was just this past winter. The kids slept downstairs with the calf.
All I want to say is that if my wife Amber is watching this, I don't want to get in trouble for sharpening my chainsaw on the kitchen table anymore if you have a cow in your bathtub.
Right.
I think I'm good.
There's a difference between little metal shavings all over every little crack than a beautiful little baby calf in a thing.
I feel like you're ganging up on me again here.
I am this time because I think I would, no matter what, I'd put a baby calf in.
But I use her old dishcloth underneath the saw to keep the shavings off the table. And then I wash it after.
That's right.
Uh-oh. I'm getting a head shake like I get at home from the peanut gallery over there. This isn't good. All right. Moving on. So we had a cow in the bathtub. It was cute, and the peanut gallery likes little baby calves. So that's great. Moving on.
Carrie says she saved the calf, though.
Yeah, she did.
Yep.
And she turned out to be a pretty little calf.
So that's awesome. Go. But yeah, no, it's cool to see.
Hey, Nate, Mark, what's going on?
Getting audio, no video. I don't know what's going on, Mark. It could be some of our internet connection, too. It was buffering a little bit earlier, so if it is, we apologize. That's the deal with these remote locations. Sometimes everything doesn't work out quite as well as we'd like it to, but we do the best we can.
Adapt, improvise, and overcome.
You think we're tough?
Like that.
Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah. We talked about that in the podcast that's going to be coming out. I mean, we wouldn't be where we are without any of our wives.
That's
because honestly, they
put up with
all
us.
of our stuff, and they put up with us.
Carrie normally travels everywhere with me. Y'all know that.
I know.
And Caden normally stays home to watch the farm. Well, that flip-flopped this time, so Carrie's at home There's always somebody there.
But Carrie, I want to let you know he's made his own coffee 2 mornings in a row. I saw him do it.
Do you know now, why do you? I do not like you. Nobody likes you. Yeah, giggle, big boy, giggle.
Kenny says, what was that, Sean? Kenny said there at the bottom.
Facebook comments there.
Hey guys from PA checking in. Just took down my first tree last week. Been doing my thing the last 2 years. Been taking more seriously. My landscaping company took off this week. Had a tree and I felt comfortable taking down. I appreciate watching you boys. That's awesome, man.
Hey,
y'all gonna have to read it for me because where I broke my glasses.
Yeah, he didn't have Carrie to fix them for him, now I got to drive him around.
Yep. Either that or I can wear my sunglasses and look like Ray Charles in here. That's awesome. That's good to see that somebody's pushing.
Yeah, no, Daniel, we had a recorded podcast that'll be coming out in a few weeks, and we talked about our wives and how none of us would be where we are without them. And I'm not ashamed or too proud to say that my wife is my best friend. If I had to spend time with anybody and just one person,
that'd
nothing
be my
against
wife.
any of you guys, I'm gonna spend time with my wife.
Mine too.
What are you saying?
Well, I'm just saying that maybe
earlier
she's a
he said it
little
was
cuter
fat.
than you.
Come on.
He called me fat, didn't he?
And then he said it was too cold to play soccer in your backyard. I was like,
you asked if the shirt made you look fat. I said, no, it's the fat that makes you look fat.
I don't know if I understand. I don't know if I understand this question. Maybe you do. This guy wants to know: do we run gigs on our saws? Why or why not? What's a gig?
What's a gig?
I don't know.
Not heard that.
Getting
one.
old sucks. I heard that.
Yeah.
This right here ain't chrome until I turn 50. This right here's chrome until I turn 50.
For your 50th birthday, we're going to get you a box of dirt and some black balloons.
Nobody's even going to know when that is.
Oh, we already know.
That's not good. I won't be here.
Happy birthday to you.
2 more years.
It's all in good fun. So, yeah, it's, there's just so many things. We could sit here and talk for hours about little to nothing. We just sit down, and a lot of times when we start these podcasts, we're like, what are we going to talk about? We're like,
just talk.
I don't know. We're like, what about this? And yep, sounds good, and we just go with it.
Yeah, for anybody that thinks this is scripted, you can ask anybody that's been around us. This is very definitely not scripted.
Nope.
Yeah, I guarantee you, definitely not.
Hell, it's really cool. We all sat
wonder
down.
if he was talking about a jig.
Jig for
Does that make more sense?
The only thing I could think of a jig for would be like
a sharpening jig.
For what? Dovetails?
No, or like a
cabin logs?
sharpening jig, if like one of those Granberg sharpening jigs that mount to the
Maybe.
bar or something.
Yeah, something crazy. I just use a flat file and a round file and get her done.
Oh, yeah.
Freehand file.
Yep, I bet you. Yep.
Do you know how many videos?
Still had one of those one time.
Yep.
Do you know how many videos I get? Here we go.
That's a timber jig. So that's for sawing lumber.
No. Look for a sharpening jig,
Look
Sean.
for a Granberg sharpening jig.
Still made one. Oregon's
All-time
made
question:
one.
Husqvarna or steel? I'll answer that one first. Whichever one is sharp and running well.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, that's just all there is to it.
Husqvarna.
Look, we can have the saw argument all day long, but at the end of the day, if you got a sharp chain and a good running saw, the operator is what's going to make the difference.
So
you can take a homeowner grade saw and put a pro user on it and get a lot more work done than a pro saw.
Absolutely.
With somebody that doesn't have experience.
Husqvarna.
So these, we knew you were going to say that anyway. But these sharpening jigs right here that Sean pulled up, one of the things that I don't like about a sharpening jig is it takes away your ability to really see what you're doing with your tooth. And when you sharpen enough by hand, it becomes muscle memory. You need to find whatever is comfortable for you and whichever way you best have control over your file and are able to see your chain, and you need to just practice.
And the first thing you do with this thing in the picture is throw it away. And then you get your file out, and you start doing it right. Then whenever you get done, you're going to be good at it. You know what I mean? It takes practice.
I'm going to give you all a little secret. A lot of chain out there still has it on theirs. I can't remember. Oregon has it too, don't they? I don't really pay. And the sad thing is, I run a lot of Oregon chain. I really like Oregon chain.
Oregon chain is the best chain there is.
Yeah.
And when it comes for your money, I mean, that's the only way to go.
Well, where I'm going with it though is they have what you call a witness mark on the top plate.
Yep.
And that shows you your file to angle and also your wear point. Now, granted, I don't wear my chains all the way back to that witness mark.
I go beyond it. That's when it cuts the best.
Well, yeah, but as y'all found out in our sandy, my soil is very similar to what we have here.
Yeah, this dirt dulls it.
It dulls it
I didn't touch
fast.
it, but I saw a couple guys touch it, and
well,
I just barely touched
Well, where
it.
I was bumping knots for on some of these logs for the processors, you don't have to touch that, but a couple of times and your chain's dull.
Yep.
Tony says it right there. Tony Taverley.
File on a wooden handle.
File on a wooden handle. That's the way I look at it, boys. Look here, you start using all this stuff. You know how many videos I get? Hey, man, check out this guy. He's got a drill with a file on here. Check out this right here. Is the only way to go. Cool.
I will say one of the only times that you'll see me wear a glove is when I'm sharpening.
Not me.
Because the point of this finger, if you notice, it's a little curved. I've cleaned the point of that finger off a few times sharpening because I'll set my finger on the top of the file. That's how I set my file.
Russ, I love you, man, but you're not a good example.
No,
I mean, you've got finger issues.
I know.
He don't have many.
I mean, yeah.
That's all right.
You are the guy they talk about in my comments. They try to blame me, and it's you, bro.
Yeah.
You. I have all my fingers.
Look, I hate to tell you, but when this is a consistent pattern, it's no longer a stereotype. You just need to come to terms with that.
I know, but the way I look at it is it takes, one cut and some limbing to knock a tree down. How many cuts does it take to buck it all up 16-inch? And every tree that we cut, we got to cut 16-inch, and they've all been drugged through the dirt and mud before we get them.
Then you get a hatchet out and
so
start
where does
chopping.
this have to come with all your
I
fingers?
ain't chopping them. I got to do a lot of sharpening.
No, you don't. You get an organ chain and you start on the dirt side and don't bring dirt through the wood, and you're good.
That's exactly right.
Boy,
a lot of times, if
if
I'm
only
bucking,
that simple.
It is.
It sounds good.
If
I'll bring you up. You show me how it's done. Okay.
Cool.
I buck everything on the landing with a chainsaw because of the way I log. I don't log with a knuckle boom anymore, except the one that's on my forwarder.
Get a debarker.
But I'm not carrying that. So I'll bore in. You're talking about not cutting with the chain, not cutting with the pull side. Yep. I'll bore into the log if that mud's on the top.
Pull back.
Yeah, I'll hit it.
Flip it.
Yep, flip it. Yep.
As long as you're throwing it away from the tree, it's going to be better on you.
Yeah, it's going to.
So I'll chop one side, not the other.
Yep.
If you spend time and chop, and you're going to know, you're going to have to mark your piece anyway. I mean, a lot of guys in the firewood industry mark them. I don't.
Nope.
I want to practice. So practice makes perfect in my mind. I know some of you guys can't get that. That's fine. Do what makes you feel comfortable. I've always said that, just the way I do it. But you know what I'm saying? And if you take it and you chop it, at least one side, you're going to cut twice as much firewood if it's that bad. But as long as you keep the dirt on your side, I know maybe if you're dragging them a mile in the woods through 5 creeks,
I don't know how far they drag them because I don't cut them.
Right.
They deliver them to my yard.
Yep.
I don't know how far they drug those things.
I cut my firewood, so I know where it drags from.
I don't.
Yes, I don't know. I cut my firewood, so.
Not even a little.
And there's you talking about Oregon chain being the best. There's a big difference in the brands of saw chain.
Oh yeah, huge.
Oh yeah.
We're running
money wise.
Like I run a lot of Oregon 72 series. Okay, Typhoon. That's run the
50 thousandths chain for anybody that doesn't know. 72 means 50
3/8 pitch.
73 is 58 thousandths.
Correct. And they've got that new what is it? EXP series or whatnot.
Yep, that's nice.
I really like that. I don't know whether they've added more chrome to it or whatnot.
It seems to hold an edge better.
Yes, it stays sharp.
They got a new one out. I'm getting ready to do a lot of videos with it. It's actually the anti-kickback new chain. He said anti-kickback. Yeah, I thought I'd never use the chain. I've done a couple of videos on it.
Some of it's not bad.
Boring.
I've run some.
I'm going to try them out. I talked because I love to hit my drags. I want to make sure I get all of my chain, and they left enough room on it to do your drags. I know we're going to do a podcast. I think it'll be really awesome to do a podcast just on the chain that we use, what we use here in the woods.
Yep.
Maybe even out west, we can do a podcast, with a guy out west. We can do all kinds of stuff. I mean, we can definitely bring it, what the regions are, what they recommend, and what they do.
Out west, they run a lot of square ground. I've still got part of a roll of Oregon 70 series square ground sitting on my bench.
Mr. Clint has the wheel for the drags or the dogs, and he also has the wheel for the square chain.
Yep.
Now, when I first started working for Clint said, "Hey, I'll supply the chains. You supply the chainsaw." So Mr. Clint brought me square ground chains every day, at least 5 of them. Mr. Clint's one of the most nicest
Oh, he's
coolest
awesome.
dudes
I really
I've
like
ever
Clint.
met in my life. You want to talk about respecting somebody, man? I
And
would
he's
give my
sharp.
life. He
no
is
pun,
sharp.
no pun intended. That man is
You can't
very, very, very smart.
Walking dictionary, guys.
Yep.
I mean, this guy can wedge a tree. I don't care.
A
He's got
Clintopedia.
confidence. He is. Clintopedia. That's
Yep.
perfect. I mean, and honest as they come. He would never take anybody. He would go out of his way to help his neighbor. I've seen him do it to all of them. I mean, but
He's running Symington grinders, if I'm not mistaken.
I've seen him do it to all of them. I mean, but
He's running Symington grinders, if I'm not mistaken.
he is.
He's
He
got
is.
an Oregon. He's got a 620 Oregon for his deck
Yep.
chain.
Very,
But-
very old machine, but dude, this guy is precise in everything he does. He can make that baby eat. But let me say something. I love Clint, and he told me, he said, "Hey, man, I don't have very many people that can sharpen a round file like you can."
Yep.
He goes, "Daggone, man, that's almost as sharp as mine." And Mr. Clint's got it going on, guys. He's done it a lot. So, hey, there's Cal Eason.
Yeah, wants to know if there's any Sugihara fans. Sugi makes good products.
Cal
That's
is
a good boy.
from Mississippi, guys. He's a small engine guy over there. I talked to him on the way over here to North Carolina. He's an awesome guy. We're getting ready to go down there and I'm getting ready to go down and talk to him. He's a Husqvarna dealer over there. Really awesome guy. They do a lot of small engine work. You guys got to go check out Cal. Awesome guy. It's a really small business. I think their town that they're from is like 253 people.
So he probably gets everybody in town stuff then.
Dude, I'm telling you what, I bet he does too. But I'm getting ready to go down there, and Beth and I is going to go down and check him out. We're going to fly down there,
Nice.
hang out with him a couple of days. Looking forward to that, Cal. That's going to be a good time. But yeah, I'm a Sugihara fan because Sugihara and Husqvarna went together in the light bar.
Yep.
That's my favorite bar. A lot of my videos, I got the Husqvarna bar, the light bar. Oh my goodness. I love the lightness of it. It'll flex. It will not throw off the chain very often. Like the 28-inch steel chain and bar that I had on my 500 that I complained about. The one that we put a bark box on it. You know what I'm saying?
Got a
But
bark box on it.
bark box on it. It's already dog. What's it need a bark for too?
I tell you, I don't know if anybody else has noticed it, but my 661, I have noticed that your chain adjustment, that screw assembly in there for the chain adjuster, I've bent a couple of those.
Oh,
Normally,
really?
I go years without bending one. And
The one, I think I went through 3 of them, and then I threw it over to the Ravine, and then I went back to Husqvarna. I mean, I can't stand them. The
I don't have that
adjusters
problem on
suck.
any of
And
the other
again,
saws,
guys,
just the 661.
Yep.
At the end of the day, everybody likes something different. I honestly don't care what it is for a saw as long as it's sharp and it's
Yeah,
running
pretty
right.
much.
That's awesome.
If you've got a good operator, they're not going to care what it is either.
Nope.
Because if it's sharp
For-
and it's running right, they're going to be able to put the tree where they want it to go, and they're going to be able to do it because a saw is a tool. And at the end of the day, if you know how to use your tool
Yep.
and the tool is working the way that it's supposed to, it's not going to make a difference.
and then
So,
if it don't, I just go back to Husky.
well, you keep doing you, boo.
We
got you.
Boo. Thank you,
I've
boo.
run still, and I've run Husky. I've run a lot of both. I've worn out probably 9 372s.
So Ken Grady asked why put a bark box on it. Well, there are
Hey, it does
reasons
help
for
out.
there are reasons for putting those
Yep.
exhausts on. A lot
Green
of these
Bean likes it.
exhausts from the factory are really choked up, and it really limits the flow of the exhaust out of the engine. Getting that flow of the exhaust opened up makes a big difference with them. Yes, they are a little louder, but it helps the saw to breathe better. You do get
It
a little
does.
more power out of them.
Yep. I tell you what, guys, it's really cool. I'm just giving you a hard time, by the way, Russ. I don't care what you guys use. It's
I know.
amazing. And I've always been that way. Use what you feel comfortable. I
Yep.
just love promoting Husqvarna because it's a good product, and I love mine. And I love the 500i, and so does Green Bean.
Well,
and
hopefully pretty soon we're going to be able to promote all 3, and we'll be able
Yeah,
to
it'll
tell
be neat.
everybody about that pretty
Yep.
soon because we've got some big stuff coming that'll be coming up in
This
a
may
few
get me
weeks
to
here.
running back to Husqvarna because I finally found a good Husky dealer near me again. They're about 45 minutes from me, but they're the opposite direction where I usually drive. Is the only problem.
Yep.
But when you're making a living with a tool, you need access
Carl.
to good parts. It doesn't matter what brand it is; they all break at some point.
somebody just said Carlton or junk. I totally
Yeah.
disagree. I love their files. I love their flat files, and I can make a Carlton eat just like I can an Oregon. I like Oregon because they still have the line on it.
Yep.
Carlton don't have the line on. Carlton is a lot harder, will not hold the same. It won't hold it, but if you angle it a little bit more, dude, then things will rip like no other. I can make them cut paper. But
So did you guys get any of the frostbite chain down here at any point?
don't like frostbite. I think
Me
that's
either.
a joke.
The frostbite chain is really hard to sharpen, and it doesn't hold an inch.
They don't hold
Now,
nothing.
see, I
I
bought
don't like their bars neither.
20 years ago. I bought probably 10 loops of Carlton chain. Bailey's had it on sale I think they were branding it Woodsman Pro or something.
Yep.
And
My
Man, that-
guy's sold out. He's done with it. He was like, here, buy it up. So I
Yeah,
sold it to
nobody
me
would
real
buy
cheap.
them up
I
where we
can't-
are. They stopped selling
you
it.
talking about the Frostbite or the Carlton?
I'm talking about the
Frostbite.
Carlton.
Yeah, I couldn't. I won't touch Carlton again.
Now, see, I don't mind their chains when they're real cheap. I got them for like $15 a loop, so you can't really complain. Now, Oregon, if I'm gonna cut timber, if I'm gonna cut firewood, if I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna go Oregon. Oregon file, Oregon flat file. I love their bars. But I like the Husqvarna bar too and the Sugihara. But when it comes to quality chains, bars, Oregon. I know that sounds crazy because they're like, man, they're the.
That's
Dude,
what we've used. We've never used anything but
Yeah, a lot
Oregon
of 'em.
in all the years that we've cut firewood and worked in the woods. I've never done the Sugihara bars. I've never done any of the. We don't even run light bars
I used
because
to
with
run
the firewood we're not falling, so we don't have to really flex the bar a whole lot. So we just want a bar that's going to hold up. And Oregon seems to last really well, and we've had nothing but good luck with it.
I used to run the GB hardtops. Those were a pretty good bar, but 99% of my cutting or my falling career has been either Oregon or steel.
Yep.
My rim sprockets are Oregon.
So I have a question for you two. What is one thing that you guys are really hoping to get from this podcast that you either haven't seen yet or that you want to have in the future?
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I want to see. I want us to do a lot more for our vets with this podcast. I know right here in Hickory was amazing with these veterans and with the things that Wood for Warriors has done. And again, I would like everybody to know in this podcast will be a sponsor of Wood for Warriors from here on out to whenever, however long it lasts. They will not pay a dime ever. This will be Wood for Warriors base right here. God, Guns, and Sawdust will always be a part of Wood for Warriors.
We don't take nor do we need any money from our veterans ever for anything.
Ever. Because they've already paid the way for us. So we can worship our God in no fear of molestation. We don't fear of anybody coming in and taking over, because it's an amazing when you can worship your God.
I like that. So Alan wants more charitable events.
Yes, I do.
What's Ryan thinking? Or do you still need to think? Because I know what mine is, I think.
I guess for me, just really being able to reach out and help people. There's all the time people are asking questions. I bump into people. How do I do this? Where do I do that? Can I learn this? I've learned so much from watching the few stuff that I've posted. For me, the social media, any of you that actually know me know that I'm not a tech individual. I'm not tech savvy.
You don't say.
Yeah, I hide it well, right?
Not really.
I don't really. Facebook, the whole social media thing hasn't, I've started doing that simply because I've had so many people reach out wanting to learn how to do this type of stuff and promoting this type of forestry. So I guess for me, that's one of the things.
And for me, what I want is I want to grow this woodhound community.
Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily singling anybody out, but I want to call out the younger generation.
Yep.
I want to see everybody bring their kids when they come to these events. I want to see them around. I want to be able to show them. I want to be able to teach and be able to inspire them to keep going with this stuff, because at the end of the day, like we've said many times before already, we're not getting any younger sitting at this table, and it's that next generation that's going to push this forward.
And I guess that's where it really goes for me, is trying to bring that young generation forward, because so many older people took me under their wing and took the time to teach me what I know. I found that gray hair that was willing to teach.
And that's the thing. We're going to do this.
You've got to pay that forward.
We're going to do this in a way that is accepting to our God. We're going to do this in a way that our young people can listen without fear of something cutting their ear, besides the word cutting them to the heart. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We do this in a respectful manner to our audience, for our audience. We do not use no curse words. We do not talk any foul language.
Nope.
We are an example to our community and also to the world.
You do pick on me sometimes, though.
Yeah, but that's
That's
normal.
that's just.
I'm a big boy. If they're picking on me, they're leaving somebody else alone. So
There's
It's
a lot
really good to be a part of the people here in North Carolina.
Easy.
It's good to meet more people here in North Carolina and Hickory. We've been here all weekend. We've done several podcasts here to pre-record till we meet again in October. In October,
Paul Bunyan show.
Paul Bunyan show. It's going to be big. Russ Willey and I will be in a firewood competition. We're going to have Matt from Boys in the Woods. If you guys are not following Boys in the Woods, you need to go check him out because he's a cool dude. Stands for some cool stuff. His wife Holly's amazing. Their kids, everything they do. That's hashtag yeah boy, guys.
Yeah, boy.
Matt is cool. He's got some good videos. Guys, it's been an awesome time here in Hickory. I know I speak for you guys too, man. It's been great. Thank you so much, Wood for Warriors. We're talking about Amber and Aaron Bergen. Good people.
There's a cow.
Hey, look at that. It's Carrie.
Oh, boy.
It was Carrie and Caden.
That's great. Now see where we're coming from.
See,
The
she's
homestead.
smiling. If I had a cow in the house, my wife wouldn't be smiling.
I love it.
You would not believe the livestock Carrie's
Oh,
brought
this
in the
is
house over
great.
the years.
Well, she brought you in the house, so.
Well, that's different.
He's got his own stable.
So, you know, guys, we end this the same way every single time. A little bit every day goes a long way. We've done so much here in Hickory. I don't think we can call it a little bit, but it's sure gone a long way. So,
Over 50
Alan,
chords, yep.
what do you say you send us off one last time from Hickory, North Carolina, right here?
Hickory, North Carolina, guys, we love you, man. I love all of my supporters, especially here on God's Guns and Sawdust and also my personal page, Timberkutterpatriot. Guys, you all are amazing. Thank you all so much for what you guys have done for us, done for our USA veterans.
Amen.
God is good and God is great. Give him all the glory, and that is a big Indiana boom, baby.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Got guns and sawdust echoes loud, carving out truth where the strong stand proud. We're done for now, but we'll be back again. Tune in next time where the stories never end.